Hello everybody and welcome to the introduction to Venn diagrams. So a Venn diagram is a way to visually represent sets or groups and their elements. In this diagram we have group A and group B, and the rectangle around them represents the universal set, which contains all of the elements of all the groups being considered. And the universal set is usually denoted with a U or an E. So let's say we have a village of 50 people, so U is equal to 50. Now we want group A to represent all the people that have a dog. So if 20 people have a dog, A is equal to 20. And if group B represents all the people that have a cat, and 15 people have a cat, B is equal to 15. Now A complement, written A apostrophe, is everything that is not in A. So that'll be 50 minus 20, which is equal to 30. And B complement is everything that is not in B, so that's 50 minus 15, which is 35. But what about this little area in the middle where the circles intersect? Well, this is called A intersect B, and it represents all the people who have a dog and a cat. Well, if we know 5 people have a dog and a cat, then we can write 5 in this area, and now we can write numbers in the other areas too. For instance, we know A is 20, so if we write 15 in this part of the circle, then we know that 15 plus 5 would give us our 20 for A. And we know that B is 15, so if we write 10 in this part of the circle, we know that the 10 plus the 5 would give us our 15 for group B. And as the universal set is 50, and we've accounted for 30 people so far, we know that 20 people must be outside of the circles, and that represents the people who don't have a dog or a cat. The shaded area in this Venn diagram is called A union B, and it represents everybody who's got a dog or a cat. Now, if you added group A and group B, you'd end up with 2 lots of people who have a dog and a cat because they both share the middle section. So another way of writing A union B is A plus B minus A intersect B. And then you end up with only one area of 5 people that have a dog and a cat instead of 2. Now, if we wanted to find the number of people that only have a cat, so they have no dogs, that would be this shaded area here, and we call it A complement intersect B. So we know that A complement intersect B is equal to 10. And likewise, A intersect B complement is this shaded area because it has to be inside A but outside of B, and it represents everybody who has only a dog and no cat. And we know from the diagram that that's equal to 15. Now, if we wanted A complement union B, that's everything that is outside of A and everything that is inside of B. So we would get this shaded area here. Now, you may notice that A complement union B looks like the opposite or the negative of A intersect B complement. So we can also write A complement union B as the complement of A intersect B complement. Now, from the diagram, you can see that A complement union B is equal to 35, but you can also see that we can write A complement union B a different way because it's equal to A complement, which is the majority of the shaded area, plus A intersect B. And likewise, A union B complement is this shaded area, and it can also be written as the complement of A complement intersect B, because if you look above, you can see it's almost like the negative of A complement intersect B. We can find out the value for A union B complement from the diagram, and it's 40 because it's 15 plus 5 plus 20. And also, A union B complement can be written as B complement, which is everything outside B, plus A intersect B. Now, if we have A complement intersect B complement, that is this shaded area, and because it is the exact inverse of A union B, it can also be written as the complement of A union B. And from looking at the diagram, we know that the value for A complement intersect B complement is 20. And A complement union B complement is this area because it's everything that is not in A plus everything that is not in B. And this can also be written as the complement of A intersect B. And by looking at the diagram, you can see that A complement union B complement is equal to 45. Now, it's also possible to get a Venn diagram looking something like this with a subset and superset. So when we write this, that means B is the subset of A. Now for this to be true, their intersection, A intersect B, must be equal to B, because as you can see from the diagram, the only common areas between A and B is exactly B. And also their union has to be equal to A, so A union B is equal to A. And that's because, if you see from the diagram, there's no part of B that is outside of A, so if you combine the areas, you're going to get A. Now you can also write that A is a superset of B, and this is true when B is not equal to A. And you can also have a Venn diagram like this, where the groups are mutually exclusive. You could also say that A and B are disjoint sets. And for this to be true, they must have no intersection, so A intersect B has to be equal to 0. Well, that's it for this video. As always, thanks for watching. I'm going to cover lots of questions on this in the following videos. Meanwhile, if you could hit like and subscribe, that helps my video reach more people and help support this channel. So if you could do that, that would be great. If you've done it already, thank you, and I hope to see you soon.